What's going on YouTube? It's Inspector Frick here, and I'm bringing you a Domination gameplay on Dome. And today I want to have a little bit of a talk about what I expect out of my Call of Duty series from here on out. And I'm hopeful. I want to start off by saying I'm hopeful. For the first time ever, really, I'm hopeful 100% for the next game, i.e. Black Ops 2. Because of the fact that the improvements that the development team over at Treyarch has made, and not only from game to game, but within the game itself. World at War, hands down, was one of the worst games to play online at the time. You know, talk about overpowered guns. Anyone could run around with the MP40 and I think it was dual mags or extended mags, something like that, and run shit. It could be the first time you ever pick up the game, and you could just run shit over guys who played for years, guys who are, even MLG players. The game is terrible, but they listened, and what they did with the game was they made Black Ops their version of Call of Duty 4, and I think they did a relatively good job with that. They had big maps that played big, and they had small maps that played small, and then you had maps in between. Small maps that played big maps that played small. They had the same exact things that everyone loved about Call of Duty 4. The gun balance, the perk balance. I mean, people complain. I know Thunder complains all the time about Ghost and Second Chance, and I agree. I agree with the Second Chance. That's where they did screw up. But I mean, what they had to sacrifice, or why they had to put in Ghost, which you have to realize, is people wanted. If there was too many people between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops that were complaining so much about how they loved getting these high kills, how they loved high kill streaks, how they loved something more than what was it, 357, whatever it was in Call of Duty 4. How they loved having the ability to pick between their kill streaks and have these high kill streaks, and how they were rewarded for having higher kills. And they didn't want to go overboard. That's why they only went to 11. But they had to have some kind of high kill streaks, and in order to not be spammed by UAV, because that's one thing people did complain about heavily in Call of Duty 4, is that when someone called up a UAV, you didn't have a shot. If I remember it, you were seen, and that was the bottom line. UAV goes up, everyone knows where you are, and a lot of people, including myself, complained about that because it's stupid. 3 kills. See, that's where it's tough. 3 kills should not make you an automatic target on the map. Maybe raise the kill streaks a little bit, in my opinion. Maybe go 5-7-9, 5-7-11, or 5-8-11. Make it so that you actually have to go on a little bit of a tear. Make it so that you can't unload a clip into a person and get your kill streaks. I went raging right there over Type 95 kid. Make it so that you can't just unload a clip into a person and get a kill streak. That's not how I want the game to be played. I don't want any schmo who happens to get 3 people run through a doorway at the same time and have his finger on the trigger. I don't want him putting up a UAV and me automatically be painted on there because he got lucky. There's a difference between luck and skill. And I know that's kind of stupid sounding, but I have no problem dying or being seen by luck. If someone gets 5 kills, that's fine. It's not a fluke. 5 kills is not a fluke. 3 kills can be a fluke, though. I'm not saying it always is, but it can be. And like I said, I agree. I would like to see Ghost not be in, or Assassin, or I don't remember what it was called, Cold-Blooded, I think it was in Modern Warfare 2. I wouldn't mind seeing that out of the game, but if you're gonna do it, you need to go back to the 3 set kill streaks and make that it. You need to have 5, 8, 11. Make that your kill streaks. I know I would like it much better. because I don't have, like I said, I don't have to die. I don't have to die. I mean, not having to die. Jeez, I don't have to worry about some, random guy who's not very good at the game getting 3 kills up, and now I'm a painted target because he got lucky on 3 kills. Another thing I do expect is map balance. I expect everything to be fair. I expect if I could see you walk around a corner, I expect you to see me walk around that same corner, and at the same time. I don't want things that are like you've seen twice in this gameplay already. I know for sure where a guy can see me way before I even know he's even there. I don't want like this is kind of fair right here too. Like this guy has no idea. He's still staring at the corner. He has no idea I walked around the corner. And just because it worked out in my favor doesn't mean it's right. Some commentators want to, they don't want to complain when it goes bad for them. But the fact is, that's not the issue I have, because it's not just with me. It's an issue with the game. It pisses me off too when I mean it makes me happy, but it pisses me off in the game development as a long-time Call of Duty player when a guy just is standing there looking at a corner and I fly around the corner and kill him and he doesn't budge. I feel bad because it's not a balanced game, and that's what I want. I want game balance, not just map balance. I want game balance. I want everyone to have a fair shot at the same time, and the best way to do that is to do dedicated servers like Battlefield does. And I don't want to hear Activision, I'm talking to you, or Infinity Ward or Treyarch, I'm talking to you, whichever it may be. I don't want to hear you don't have the money. I don't want to hear you don't have the resources to do dedicated servers. I don't want to hear you don't have the manpower. I don't want to hear that shit, because you do have the money. You do have the resources. You do have the manpower. You do have the technology to do it. You just don't want to keep up with your games. You just don't want to have to do it. You have a strict formula that you guys follow, and you guys don't want to fuck with it. And that's fucked up, because so many of your problems since Call of Duty 4, well, at least since I've been playing, have been, could be easily solved by simply just making dedicated servers. If you make dedicated servers, most of these problems will go away. You will have, you won't have these host disadvantages or advantages. Everyone will be on the same kind of ping. Everyone will be playing at the same level. Everyone will see everything at the same time. You're not gonna have these. Another big thing is what they don't realize is it'll make your IT department happier too. Their support department, it'll make them happier because it's less hacks and bugs that they have to fix. It's less things that they have to go protect themselves against, because it's not, these hacks and bugs aren't in the game anymore, because they're not run off of say me. They're not run off of my server where I may have host advantage, and I don't think it's actually an issue anymore. But I know Mama for too. Like, if you had a JTAG Xbox and you were a host, if you had God mode on, or if you had aimbot, or was it wall hack? I think that was what it was, wall hack. You could see people through. Everyone on your team could see the other team through the walls. I remember that because one of my buddies, not going to mention his name, had JTAG, and whenever he would get host, we would all have this wall hack thing. All those kind of things, like the glitches, the hacks, they go away because the server is not based off anyone's connectivity. It's not based off anyone's ping or anyone's host or whatever. You are the host. You as a company are the host. You control what happens and what doesn't happen. I think what part of it is that with how I hate to say it, with how good Type 95 again, with how good people think the game is, I think that's the problem. That's why they don't do it, is because they don't want to show that they're really not as smart as we think they are, as we think developers are. They don't want to show that they have no control, that they don't know, they have no idea how to fix these bugs. They don't want to show that that it takes them 3-6 months to figure out a bug. And mainly on that point, I'm talking to Infinity Ward, because Treyarch keeps up with their games. They fix their bugs, they fix the glitches. But it's like the development team and support team over at Infinity Ward, they don't want to admit that that they have no control over it, that they really don't know what they're doing. And looks like I gotta wrap it up. I'll probably end up talking more about this in another gameplay. And I believe I end up going 35 and 18, I think it says right there. Yep, 35 and 18. Not bad, but not good. It looks like I gotta go, guys. Go check out my Twitter, and peace out.